Imagina.AI.
Lycanthropy. Between myth and reality. Since time immemorial, humanity has told stories about beings who walk between two worlds, that of man and that of beast. Creatures that, with the arrival of the full moon, shed their human appearance to transform into wolves lurking in the darkness of the night. Today we will explore the origin of lycanthropy, some of the most terrifying cases in history, and the theories that suggest werewolves may still be among us. Origin of the myth. The history of werewolves is as old as civilization itself. In Greek mythology, we find the tale of Lycaon, king of Arcadia. According to Ovid in his Metamorphoses, Lycaon defied the gods by serving human flesh to Zeus. As punishment, the god of Olympus transformed him into a wolf, condemning him to wander the forests, half man, half beast. But lycanthropy is not exclusive to Greece. In Norse traditions, berserkers were feared warriors who wore wolf skins and entered a savage trance in battle, appearing more animal than human. In Slavic cultures, the Werdalak were half-wolf, half-demon beings, capable of hunting by moonlight. However, some theories suggest that lycanthropy may have arisen from an ancient Celtic ritual. In Scandinavian countries, the Druids practiced naturalistic magic, magic based on the connection with the spirits of animals. There are tales that speak of a gift transmitted through a mystical seed bestowed by the forest gods, which allowed certain individuals to channel the power of wolves. It is said that this seed, more than a physical object, was forbidden knowledge, a curse that could awaken the savage nature of those who received it. With the expansion of the Germanic tribes and the Viking raids in Europe, this arcane knowledge may have spread, confused with tales of savage warriors who acquired superhuman skills in combat. During their raids on Britain, the Vikings came into contact with the Celts, who already possessed myths about beastmen and legends of spirits that inhabited the forests. It is believed that these beliefs merged, giving rise to legends about men who could turn into wolves through rituals or curses. Some scholars believe that lycanthropy spread as a type of disease in which fear, superstition, and accounts from terrified witnesses caused belief in these beings to grow exponentially. Contagion, according to accounts from different eras, was due to contact or wounds caused by an attack by one of these creatures. Even touching the dismembered corpses could potentially transmit the disease and, over time, the subsequent mutation of the infected person on nights of the full moon. But why the full moon? The origin of the seed and the influence of the moon. Since ancient times, of all the celestial luminaries, none has held as much power over the human mind as the moon. Its influence not only governs the tides, but has also been linked to madness, transformation, and the secrets hidden in the shadows. But what if the full moon is not only a symbol of change, but the trigger of an ancient power? At the heart of Norse and Celtic myths, there is talk of a seed that grants its bearers the ability to connect with the beast within. The Druids, keepers of arcane knowledge, believed that certain rituals allowed humans to absorb the essence of wolves. It was said that this seed was not tangible, but a fragment of forbidden knowledge, a pact with wild nature, and that only under the light of the full moon would this inheritance fully awaken. This is where science and mythology intertwine in a disturbing mystery. Lunar radiation and its influence on the human body. Moonlight is nothing more than the reflected solar radiation during a full moon. The moon reflects approximately 12% of the sunlight it receives, dominating the night sky with a hypnotic glow. Some scientists have theorized that this radiation, although faint, could affect the biological cycles of certain living beings. Moonlight has been shown to influence the behavior of nocturnal animals, sleep patterns, and human brain activity. The hormone melatonin, responsible for regulating circadian rhythms, decreases with prolonged exposure to light, which may explain why more episodes of insomnia and erratic behavior are reported on nights with a full moon. In ancient Celtic and Germanic beliefs, the moon was thought to be a catalyst for hidden energies, a time when bearers of the beast seed could be consumed by their wild heritage. There was talk of a special light frequency, a unique vibration that resonated with those who carried the curse or the gift of transformation. The spread of the curse throughout history. When the Vikings invaded Britain, they brought not only their swords and their gods, but also their knowledge of rune magic and ancient pacts with nature. The Berserks, those furious warriors who channeled the essence of the beast, may have been the first to carry the seed of lycanthropy to other lands. The Celtic Druids, seeing the power of these warriors, would have sought ways to replicate it, or even control it. Certain rituals under the full moon attempted to awaken the connection with the totem animal, allowing initiates to reach a state of fusion with their spirit animal. But some of these rituals went awry. Some did not return as men, but as beasts. As these beliefs spread, lycanthropy went from being a gift to a curse. Those who could not control the transformation were persecuted. Viewed as demons, they were condemned by the Inquisition. But the question remains: is it possible that even today, under the light of a full moon, there is something in the reflected radiation that awakens hidden instincts in certain people? Historical cases. The fear of werewolves was not limited to myths. In the Middle Ages, witch hunts not only sought witches, but also those suspected of transforming into wolves. One of the most shocking cases was that of Peter Stamp, known as the Werewolf of Redburn. In the 16th century, this man was arrested and accused of committing brutal murders. During his torture, he confessed that he had made a pact with the devil, and that he possessed a magic belt, which allowed him to transform into a wolf. He was publicly executed in the most cruel and imaginable manner. But his story left an indelible mark on European folklore. In France during the 18th century, the Beast of Hiborden terrorized entire villages. Contemporary descriptions speak of a gigantic wolf with terrifying intelligence that eluded traps and hunters. Although the most widely accepted explanation is that it was a wild animal, some believe it could have been a real werewolf. Lycanthropy today. Today, lycanthropy is still prevalent, albeit in a different context. Psychiatry recognizes a disorder called clinical lycanthropy, in which a person believes they are a wolf and acts like one, walking on all fours and displaying unusual strength. But it goes beyond psychology. Some believe that lycanthropy still exists physically in different parts of the world. In different parts of the world, werewolf sightings continue to be reported. In the woods of Wisconsin, in the United States, witnesses claim to have seen a creature called the Braid Road Beast, a humanoid-looking being with thick fur that walks on two legs. In Latin America, stories about the werewolf persist in popular culture. There are cases in Scandinavia of animals torn to pieces, such as caribou, with huge bite marks on their necks, decapitated, and their bones crushed in a very brutal manner. To this day, no one has been able to provide a logical explanation for these attacks. Perhaps lycanthropy is not just a legend. Or perhaps it's just nonsense. Even so, when you travel, don't be the typical backpacker. And if so, when you walk alone or in company, through a forest or moorland, on a night with a full moon, would you dare look back? If you hear a branch snap on the ground right behind you,